Come on in, y'all. They fuming. Yeah. Why they? I don't know. Why they? Because I don't know. I don't know about them. Why they? Keep that shit down, bro. Get back. This shit got funky. It's rocking. Let me get back up. All right. What's up? Welcome. What is up? I'm looking to see if I see any of my first responders, but what's up, subscribers, viewers? What's up? I want to touch on some quick things. And yes, I am in the midst of running around. I feel like a chicken with my damn head cut off, but I ran into some things I wanted to put out, and I had some old footage, and I didn't want it to get too stale. I just haven't had the time to do these lives like I thought I could. Takes commitment. We might even touch on that shit. But what is up? Let me see if anybody dropped in the comments. Be flexible with this shit. Okay, so in the comments, I've already posted my second channel. I would appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to my second channel. It's called TMG with Young Man, and also drop the StreamYard link if you're interested. Let me get to that shit. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. All right, let's get it. Passive, bro. Some days ago, it was about 2 to 3 days ago. I peeped in over in your camp. I went walking over there. Yes, I did. You know what I mean? It's real. It's real in the field. It's like an immense in the trenches. Okay, so I stayed with my feet down, but I was over there, bro. And you were talking about migration and immigration. There you go. You were talking about immigration, and I'm going to quote you, bro. I'm not paraphrasing. I'm quoting you. You said, "I don't see the big whoop because everyone in America is an immigrant except for Native Americans. This is what you said. Except for Native Americans. You used the term Native Americans. I would say first world people. If you hear a buzz in the background, you guys, that's my damn device. But I would say first nation people. But you made a terrible mistake. You might want to look up what immigration is, what migration is, but also ADOS people, Black Americans, um, in this country that ancestry goes back to a certain point in time. They cannot be considered immigrants, bro. If you know history, if you follow history and what history tells us. So yeah, it's just that you left out a group. So it's not that everybody do, and it's not a thing that if your ancestors don't originate from a certain place, then therefore you must be an immigrant. No, 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 no. There's a certain composite that comes with immigrants, bro. And you a whole doctor out here. You call yourself Dr. Wilcox, right? That means you carry a PhD of sorts. I would think that your educational background just would I would think that you would have that, bro. I know grade schoolers that that can follow that whole logic, bro. But yeah, like migrants are normally people that flee their nation or leave their nation for various reasons. It could be them fleeing crisis and civil war, those type things, persecution, different things like that, or them just leaving to a newer place voluntarily. That's the word. That's the operating term, voluntarily. To go to a different place where they feel like they could live a better life. You know, it could be for religious freedom, whatever. Like this is what history tells us, bro. So no, Native Americans aren't the only people in North America that aren't immigrants. So that was a mistake. But then I heard you blabbering off. This was like about a week ago. I want to play this shit, man, because you mentioned a name that you had no business mentioning. It's like the fuck. Like, are you trying to advance your point or are you trying to sabotage it? I was kind of lost on why you even mentioned this guy. Like he went underground and ran for a reason because he was popped out here and these streets, bro. But here you go, rumbling off at your suckers. Let's get it.
Hey, we are subcontractors. Okay, that's what we are. So you up here thinking that Jim Bowski, who draw people, your friend, and now you say that he done did something to you. I wish Jim Bowski could come on here and say how you done jerk people. Because let me tell you something, Sir Key. It seemed like you and another content creator. Shoot, it's about 5 of y'all. It's always everybody else. It's everybody else except y'all. It's everybody else except y'all. Everybody done did something to y'all except, yeah, that's it.
Dude, you do be rhyming. Especially when you go into I thought somebody was exaggerating a bit or embellishing a little bit when they were talking about your again and again and how excessive it is. But it is because you find reasons to say it when it don't apply. Like when you say again, there's supposed to be some repetition of sorts. But I notice like you say it like to mean other things. Like you'll say and again, and then you would go into something that you just introduced for the first time. So it just seems to be like a quirk of yours, like like some stock statement you have in your head, like something you just go to in speech. We all kind of had those, but I guess that's your little idiosyncrasy, bro. But yeah, you mentioned the wrong person. Jim Broski, man, he was a whole fucking malicious, mean spirited, dark, miserable troll that stalked and obsessed people in different camps. You know, people that he picked out had an issue with his faith. You know, so yeah, and he stayed on them. It wasn't like a one-time thing. You know, he was attacking people for months on end. You know, because they didn't kiss the ass of his faith. I think I see the comments. Let me go and take a look at this shit. The fuck? And this was a old, miserable, geriatric nutcase. Hey, What is up? I'm trying to put you up. There you go. That's what's up. How you doing? What's up, Bright Star? Thanks for dropping through. Whoever in the I don't keep put it like this. I hate bushes. I put poison in my bushes, but whoever's in the skybox, you feel free to drop through too. Just to interact, acquaint yourself. Let me get back to my rambling and my rants, you guys. Okay. Okay, because it's real in these fields. Okay. What's up? Where you been on, Bright Side? Haven't really been like seeing you like that. I mean, I see you every now and then here. But, like, where else you be? I used to see you around. I guess life is busy. I don't know. But I don't want to get too off center. But you mentioned the wrong person, man. Jim Broski has been like a real mean spirited person. And that's a person that a lot of people would deem to be a snake. You know, people don't want snakes around them. I had posted this maybe like 2 weeks ago, whatever. A lot of people didn't see it. I wanted to share it here. But could I see a one in the chat? I know only have a person in the chat at now. But could I see a one in the chat if you feel like this Mel resembles Dory, Diamond Dory? At least to me, they did. See. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, I lay down poison in my damn bushes. True talk. That's what I do. Okay. She said I'm shocked I caught alive. I hope all is well. Yeah, everything is fine. Thank you so much. Oh, celebrity news. I plan to branch out on that. I just have to do that at my own given time and kind of grow with my processes and not or how we say where I'm from, get ahead of yourself or get beside yourself and get smashed back by life and say, okay. And then I'll be on here while you guys would be shitting on me, telling me how karma had came back around and dealt with me. Okay, dealt me something, an old nasty piece of reality, some shit. Let's get this. Oh, you can. She said DMX. It took me a minute to grasp. Okay, I'm following. Okay, I'm getting back on track. I'm going to ignore you, Bryce, though, because you're trying to get me in trouble. But yeah, I just wanted to know if there was resemblance. I kind of see a resemblance between the features they had. It's like, what? I wonder if Dory has a brother. You know, she's claiming to be LGBT these days. I don't get it with certain people that, I mean, they turn it on and off. I didn't know there was such a switch that exists. Hey, but I can only speak for me and my existence. All right, let me move on. So the beneficiary of Maywood. I was able to watch 15 minutes. She had, I think it was she did a 45-minute video. It was like yesterday or something. About 15 minutes. And so I peeked then, and this, I was able to catch some things. Things that I kind of thought was problematic. And I just wanted to play it for the sake of correcting it. Also for the sake of documenting it. A lot of things that she put out, she's in control of. And I've seen her do over and over again. I'm talking about the beneficiary of Maywood. She'll perpetuate a different act, commit a different act, a certain act, and then remove the video. And then months later, weeks later, years later, be like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. She would gaslight the hell out of you. But yeah, it was just something that I got fucking questioned. I'm like, why I had to go there? But I do have this thing, not just for face saving value, but it's a conviction of mine, something that I move by, like, yo, if you have a problem with adults picking on children, then stand for that. No, on some real shit. Like, I don't mean on some fake outrage shit, like, as a means to shame someone who did it that you don't like. You know what I mean? Like, like on what people call strategic shit. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you know what I mean? Like, if it's an ethical or moral thing to you, and you have a problem with it, then apply it across the board. Because until you do, I can never take you serious. I can never take you serious. But let me play what I heard. I like to back these things up. Let's get it.
Government is paying for all them Lunchables. Okay, bitch. And your only requirement is to put a hot comb through their head and put them in a bathtub, and your big lazy ass won't even do that. I'm not impressed.
And that's interesting. This coming from a mother. Like, she's not without a child. And she said when the only requirement that children had is washing them up and running a hot comb through their head. That's the only requirements they had. That sounds like a parent that should not be around children. If you think that's the only requirement that children have, and if you think that a hot comb is a requirement, like the last I checked, like no child has ever been like harmed or injured, right? Because of a lack of a hot comb going through their heads. And that was some texturous shit. If someone said colorist, that would be just as appropriate because it's all connected. And when you make that type of statement, I'm sure you wasn't talking about European people. I'm sure you wasn't talking about Caucasoids. I'm sure that animus that we heard coming from you, and that venom, that hate that you had, is targeted towards people your kind, people that look like you, and that's the issue from within. But you did this in coming at Pizarro. So, and you kept calling her Pizarro. Like, I don't know why people do that. There's only 3 syllables in the woman's name. Like, I don't even know where you get that from. Like you're saying the most nastiest things, and you're reaching for her child. Like, inside of that, you could have came at her without even mentioning that. Let me mute this shit for a sec. Good. Yeah, like if a mother never made a decision to run a hot comb, as you say, through her daughters or children's hair, how do you figure that she's less than a mother than a mother that does? Like, I mean, and I can imagine what you're teaching your daughter. You know what I mean? Like, she might have um self-esteem issues, and issues just with accepting herself because her hair doesn't fall straight, and nobody went with that story that she's biracial and has an Italian father. That was a lie, like the whole prophetess bullshit you put out that you done buried and kind of walked away from. Like, you don't even be mentioning these things anymore, and I don't see why. With all the other things you talk about and dig up and excavate. But let me get to this shit. Let me see what's good. Welcome, Ben's Thinker. Thanks for dropping down and joining me, interacting. I don't even get to see you a lot, but I'm glad you're here. Let's get it. So that was that, like in attacking someone's daughter. Like, I get it. Like, you tried to make the mother, the object of it, but I already know the game of shade that comes with that. Because again, like with all the options we have, like in terms of um ripping each other and dragging each other and reading each other, all the shit we can go for, like I just question that. Like just if you're gonna be there for the children to protect, because they are the most unprotected class, if you ask me. Children, like leave them the fuck alone. They're not even on it. And that's some real shit. Like not some strategic retort shit. Like some real shit. You need to get with it. It'll make you a better person, honestly. And it probably would elevate your frequencies because you're like low like some low frequency shit. Start doing that shit. I don't feel it. But let me get to the next one.
Now, Miss Illiterate over there, Miss Illiterate has said this. There's some of them people now, there's no disrespect to them, but I'm talking about this preacher asshole. You want to talk all that shit, so let's talk all that shit. Bitch, you over there looking like a deformity ass baby, okay? Sometimes deformity is not a word, slow bitch. Every time I gag her for being illiterate, she gets very triggered, and then she leaps. She leaps into parts of the dictionary where the fuck she knows she banned from. You are not allowed past C in the dictionary. You can't pronounce shit past candy.
Yo, she is delusional as fuck though. And like when she tells herself something like in her mind is made up, when in reality it's quite the opposite. So let's talk about what we just heard. And she was going a mile a minute. But look, I do want to mark this shit. When that was Pizarro's voice that she played, and like in her rush to prove how slow and remedial and dumb and illiterate as the beneficiary of May would put it, to show that Pizarro was these things, she really showed that she was. Because Pizarro actually didn't make up a word. Deformity is a fucking word. And I'm gonna show that because that's what we do over here. Like we make sense out of the nonsense, all of the trash that these motherfuckers expel. Like they constantly litter. And if this shit isn't, nah, I'm not gonna go there. But put it like this: most times they litter is coming from their mouths. Okay, that's the cleaner version. But yeah, like deformity is a word. It's just that to keep her the context of her sentence consistent, Pizarro should have said deformed, ed, past tense. That's it. But deformity actually is a word. Here we go. The fuck? And I'm sure we know that. I keep an intelligent audience. The fuck? We don't lie because of cult members. The fuck? And I don't believe I had to do that. And y'all be setting people up because like with all these corrective efforts people got to go through, like in terms of showing, because if I just, even though I'm correct, but if I just came on here and said it and didn't go through a dictionary. But here's the thing, like grade schoolers know this shit. Like I'm not convinced, like do they even have like an educational assessment program, like in accepting candidates or people that want to enroll themselves in the military? Because you call yourself a military bunny, you're making shit up, and I'm sure your call was like, yes girl, there's no such thing. Because even though they know, even though like it defied their logic, because this is what cult members do. Wait a minute, let me get to my shit. Let me check these comments, goddammit. I'm like listening, I'm like, it's the gaslighting for me. And it's just, to me, it's better to be seen or to be perceived to be a fool than it is to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Sometimes you motherfuckers do. I don't give a fuck how big your subscriber base is or how many people land up in your ignorant square ass platforms and shit. Listen to you like spew non-stop ignorance and shit. Like I don't care. Sometimes you guys need to like regroup. Okay, and actually open up a diction. I'm convinced, like with some of you guys, I don't know how large your dwelling is, like whether you have a 1-story home, 2-story home, 3-story home. But I'm convinced with some of you guys. Oh, and then you, wait a minute, what you tried to put on Pizarro, you did. Like by claiming that what she did was illiterate. Like you use illiterate out of context. Illiteracy is the inability to read and write. But the charge you brought to her, you charged her with making up a word. You said the formula is not a word. What that has, what I don't get the connection. It's not related to like the inability or the ability to read or write. So you just say anything like, oh, and let me tell you this beneficiary of Maywood before I leave. Just recently, it was like about 2 days ago, baby, when I peeped in your rant rag, you had said that you claimed something as being a phi-ism, and that was a lie. You claimed the whole phrasing of I'm not going as being yours. You did not coin that, and you did not bring that here. But you did pick it up, just like the majority of people over here who use it. You picked it up. But yeah, like, so stop me, like wait, but let me filter through, see what's going on. I do want to acknowledge a couple people. My device is giving me issues, you guys. That means it's hot as fuck. But I'm just gonna say, because it's only showing me Boss Lady, so I'm gonna welcome you. How you doing, Boss Lady? He said what she meant. And Muffy, how you doing, Muffy? Thanks for coming through. It's giving me a problem. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to go out the way I normally do. Let's see. Like it's stuck pretty much because it's hot. I hope my audio is fine. What does this say? I hope I'm fine. So it's not even allowing me to come out. All right, so I'm just gonna play my outro music and try to bell out, see if it allows me. Sorry about the technical difficulties. If you guys can like the video, let's see. They fuming and they a bit ignorant. And they arrogant. Like, how you gonna be loud, wrong, and arrogant? Like, I don't get that combination. It's a fucked up combination. It's a fucked up combination. Then they say we hate you. We're correct. All right, I'm out of here. This is crazy. Let me all right, wait a minute. I think it's gonna give me a chance now. They done stuck it, so let's get it. All right, I think I can leave. That's what's up. And I might can highlight these comments like I wanted to. Or am I doing too much? Let's see. Yup. Here we go. Thanks for dropping through. Bright Star. There's Wifey. How you doing, Antoinette? Muffy. All right. Let me get my nappy head ass out of here, so I can feel bad about myself and sit in the corner. All right. Because I have dominant genetic expressions of my hair. And because my hair can conduct energy and work well with energy. And because it's not lifeless and and doesn't fall and expose my head, and it doesn't work to protect my head like hair is supposed to. Oh, and also let me feel bad about the fact that when my hair get wet It doesn't smell like St. Bernard pussy. Okay? Because the texturists are out on these streets. Let me get the fuck up out of here. You guys have a good bitch. Come on. I played myself. Give me the same problem. Should have doubled out. All right, here we go.